Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna do a grocery haul at Trader Joe's, one of my favorite grocery stores, and I'm just gonna go through a standard week of grocery shopping, healthy foods, high protein foods, foods that I eat and are part of my staple meal plan for the week. So let's go check it out and see what they have. Got a good cart. Normally I always get one with the wobbly wheel, you know what I'm talking about? So what you see here is everything that I bought at Trader Joe's in this one grocery haul laid out on my table. And I went ahead and organized it here so I could go through each individual ingredient that I bought and explain a little bit more about why I bought it and how I plan to use it. Full transparency, this grocery haul costed me $135. I try to plan for the week. This isn't everything I'm going to eat in a week. I also have some things in my pantry. I have some other things in my refrigerator and freezer that I'm gonna incorporate into my next week of eating. And this also includes eating for two because I'm also grocery shopping for my fiance who also eats very similarly to me. So $135 is relative to me and what I'm looking for. I'm gonna get into these different categories. So on this side of the table, excluding, I'll just start off with these spices first. So I found this taco seasoning mix, and I haven't bought taco seasoning mix in forever, so I thought this would be a great way for me to spice up this ingredient, which I'll get into in a minute, which is the meatless ground meat. And then I got this miso paste. I have honestly never cooked with miso paste before, and it's something that I want to start using. I know that it's pretty versatile and it adds a lot of flavor towards certain ingredients. So I'm gonna look up some recipes and find a use for this. And this is honestly how I shop and how I plan out my meals, is I will buy an ingredient and then figure out how to use it rather than find a recipe and then go get that single ingredient. And I'll have this in my pantry now. So next up, I'm gonna go through this section. So these 4 items are what I would consider my fat sources. So everything that you see here may have different amounts of protein, carbs, and fats, but what I did was I organized it based off of what has the highest amount of a certain macronutrient. So you'll see here I have some avocados. Obviously these are gonna be really high in fat, but they're also highly nutritious. I use these for my avocado toast in the morning, or if I make a Buddha bowl, I will slice those up and put it there, or sometimes if I make a wrap, I'll also include that avocado as well, or make guacamole. Had to stock up on peanut butter because I put that in my smoothies. I also will make peanut butter toast. Next up, this is organic tahini, which is essentially ground sesame seeds. Sesame seeds are highly nutritious. They also have a bit of protein, but it's predominantly considered a fat source. So this is a really, really great ingredient for anybody who is looking to bulk. So looking for healthy, high calorie foods. Tahini is a great source. You can use it to create sauces. And then sometimes I like to make toast and then put tahini on top of it, and it's really, really nutritious. Next up, I have the Mediterranean style hummus. Just because I like to snack on hummus, I'll do some chips or some sliced up vegetables and use this as a dip. So that is it for the fat sources. Now I'm gonna go over to my protein. And again, these ingredients have different amounts of protein, carbs, and fats. I'm just telling you how I see it and how I categorize it. So first up, we have shelled edamame, which is essentially just shelled soybeans. And this is really loaded with protein. You're talking a half cup of shelled edamame has 30 grams of protein. So for something like a stir fry, adding edamame is a great way to boost up the protein content of that particular meal. I also just like eating edamame with some soy sauce and a little bit of salt, and it tastes great as well. So shelled edamame, relatively cheap as well, source of protein. This is soy chorizo. So I haven't ever used soy chorizo, so I'm excited to find a breakfast recipe and use this maybe for like a breakfast scramble or maybe a breakfast burrito. So this is gonna be 130 calories per serving, which is about 1/3 of a cup. The main ingredient is texturized vegetable protein, which by itself is really high in protein, really low in carbs and fats. But I assume that because this does have some other ingredients, the fat content is, let me see. Oh, it's actually not so bad, 7 grams per serving. So not so bad. I'm excited to try this and let you know what I think about it. Next up, we have the Trader Joe's brand high protein veggie burgers. So one burger, this only comes with 2, but one burger has 26 grams of protein. And what's cool about this is that this is a whole food plant-based burger. So many people have issues with other brands like Beyond Meat or Impossible Meat because they have high amounts of like different types of oils that they use and saturated fats. So this is a much healthier, high protein veggie burger if you're looking for one. The only downside is it only comes 2 to a box. Okay, next up, I got these Trader Joe's brand meatless ground crumbles. So these are made with pea protein as the primary ingredient. This whole bag, which is not a very big bag, but I assume once you add flavor and you have to add water. But this whole bag has 60 grams of protein and only 360 calories for this whole bag. So if you're looking for a very high protein, low calorie source, then this is a great option. Again, I haven't had this, so I'm gonna use this taco seasoning mix to add to this whenever I prepare it, because normally whenever you buy texturized vegetable protein, it doesn't come with much flavor, so you do have to add it. This one might come with a little bit of flavoring, but we'll see. Next up, I have these steamable lentil packets. So lentils, as you know, it's one of my staples. I include it in like meals, or I'll make lentil soup. And this one container has 50 grams of protein total. There are quite a bit of carbs in this as well, and I could easily have classified this more of like a carb source, but because of the amount of fiber in this, I would like to just focus on how much protein it has. The net carbs on this is relatively low. Again, this is a really quick, simple way to get your lentils, just in case you're crunched on time and you're trying to meal prep or have something that you can microwave. This is a really, really great option. Next up, we have, again, I've talked about this so many times, high protein organic sprouted tofu. One packet has 70 grams of protein total, which is a lot. And it was only $2.50. So just to compare, this same block of tofu at Whole Foods was $6, a fraction of the price depending on where you buy it from. So Trader Joe's wins this price comparison. And that does it for my protein. Next up, I'm gonna talk about my carb sources. So again, different amounts of macros in each one of these, but I'm just gonna label these as predominantly carbohydrates. So first up, we have this Japanese style fried rice. It also has edamame, tofu, and seaweed in it. So this thing tastes amazing straight out the bag. What I'll do is I'll normally put it into a pan and just pan fry it. I'll also add some extra edamame to that recipe. And you know what? I'm gonna make a video just making this stir fry and how I normally prepare it. So stay tuned for that video because I'm gonna put that next. But these bags are so good. I think they're only $3 each. And the whole bag has almost 900 calories. So it is like a pretty solid meal if you eat it all at once. But if you divide it up into 2 meals, you're looking at 340 calories per serving. Tastes really great and really affordable. Also really quick to make. So as you'll find out on this channel, a big kind of determinant for me on whether or not I'm gonna make a recipe is how long it's gonna take me, just because I don't love spending a ton of time in the kitchen. I'd rather just get in, make a quick meal, and get out. That being said, next up we have these cauliflower gnocchis. This is a lower calorie version of gnocchis. You do have to add a ton of flavoring to these to make them taste good. Just, I'll be honest, they don't have a lot of taste just straight out of the bag. And I didn't get these because I'm looking to like conserve my calories. I just got these because I just wanted some gnocchis, and these were the only vegan options that they had at Trader Joe's. So gonna be a good a good meal. I got 2 bags, and these things are only $2.99 each, so macros are okay. I don't really see this as a protein source, but this one bag has 50 grams of carbs, so that's not too bad for how many or how much is in this bag. So, okay, next up, I got some organic agave syrup. So I'm gonna use this for my smoothie bowls and just a sweetener because I ran out of sweetener, and I try not to use like white refined sugar or anything like that, or honey, obviously. So blue agave is what I use. Next up, bananas. You know, just classic bananas. I use these in my smoothies all the time. I at least eat 1 or 2 bananas a day, so I probably should have got more. But luckily, the other day, whenever I ordered bananas on DoorDash, I meant to order 8, but I accidentally ordered 8 dozen. So I have a ton of frozen bananas that I peeled and put in the freezer. So I'll save those for later. Next up, I've got some oatmeal, and I've recently rediscovered my love for oatmeal. I have strayed away from it as a breakfast food. I normally just go straight for smoothies, but I forgot how many different ways there are to make oatmeal. I actually made a video recently talking about how to make overnight oats in a really simple way in mason jars, so check out that video. And then I got some chips. So I haven't had these either. So these are plant-based, spicy, porkless snack rinds. So these are like the plant-based chicharrones. Chicharrones, did I say that? It's hard to roll the R's, man, but I don't practice, I lose it. So anyway, these have 7 grams of protein per serving. Let's see what else they have. What's the main ingredient? Rice meal and pea protein. So this whole bag has 25 grams of protein in this one bag, which is not bad because normally when you eat chips, you know, they don't have that much protein. It's mainly just carbs, but obviously it's got way more carbs than protein. So it's a little bonus. I do like to snack occasionally. That being said, these are my favorite chips from Trader Joe's. These black bean and quinoa chips, these go so good with salsa. This is like, I am much more of a savory person, so you won't really find me snacking on like ice cream and sweets and treats. I go more for French fries and chips and salsa, like chip salsa and guac. That's my vice. All right, next up, I just got some Oat Beverage. I find it funny that they no longer say oat milk, and I think that's probably because there's some litigation or lawsuits or bills that are being proposed to not allow plant-based brands to use the word milk because it confuses consumers, which is ironic because what's in a hot dog? Nobody knows, it's just some, but anyway, next up we got fruit. I just got some strawberries and blueberries. Gonna put these in my smoothies, in my smoothie bowl, and also just munch on these for snacks because I just love fresh fruit. Purple potatoes. Yeah, these purple sweet potatoes, these are fire. If you have a chance to get your hands on these, I like to cycle through like sweet potatoes or yams, but these white purple potatoes, they're white on the inside. These are so freaking good, and I'll show a video on how I normally prepare these to make them taste incredible. Last but not least, all the greens that I got. So I've been making it a point to try to eat more greens and particularly more salads, just because I've just noticed I have not eaten many salads. I used to eat them quite a bit. If I don't have the ingredients to make them, obviously I can't make them. I got this cruciferous crunch. I really like this. It's got cabbage and kale and Brussels sprouts and broccoli in this, and I'll normally just put this into a salad with some really great dressing and throw some tofu in there. And then I also got a bag of greens and also a bag of arugula, just because like this type of greens goes better in smoothies. Like arugula, I don't really like the taste of arugula in my smoothie because it's a little bitter for me. And then I also got some snap peas. These things are really delicious and they're really quick to make. You can just steam these, and I like the fact that they're crunchy. I guess that's why they call them snap peas. But again, I'm just looking for different types of greens to use as a side for my main meals or to incorporate in like my Buddha bowls and stuff like that. Next up, I got baby broccoli. Not much to say about that, just broccoli. White mushrooms. I also got carrots and peppers. That is my veggie section. As you can see here, I mean, it's quite a variety of different foods. Obviously, this is not everything that I'm gonna eat in a week, but this is how I like to stock my pantry. You know, stock up on my protein sources, get some healthy carbohydrate sources and fat sources, and then I can use all these ingredients to make a bunch of different recipes, which I will get into in the next video. So I'm gonna show you a couple really simple recipes that you can make using these ingredients. So all of the ingredients that you see here are really great for anybody that is trying to put on weight or also trying to shred weight. What you have to most be concerned of is your portion sizes. So I don't necessarily change up too much of the ingredients, whether I'm bulking or cutting. But if you need help with your specific diet, I can help you with that. I do have my own coaching company where myself and my team of assistant coaches and dietitians will provide you with your personalized meal plan and coach you every single step of the way so that you can make sustainable lifestyle changes, and you'll never feel like you're on a program or like you're on a diet that you have to follow, because diets, they have a starting point and an end point. And my goal is to help people transition into a new lifestyle to where eating healthy with flexibility and allowing yourself to indulge in snacks and treats is incorporated. It's part of your overall plan for a holistic way to stay in shape, stay healthy, and have tons of energy and promote longevity as well. So if you're looking for that, just hit the link down in the description to apply for my one-on-one coaching and we can get you set up. All right, y'all, so that is it for this video. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, or share it with a friend who is trying to learn more about plant-based eating. As always, I really appreciate you all staying around and supporting my page. Thank you so much. Until next time, I will see you later.